Stop for a minute!
Okay. What's wrong?
I got something on my shirt.
Oh boy.
Ready? No.
Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a pumpkin recipe for you. This is the last video I'm going to be making for the pumpkin collaboration. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to quit making pumpkin stuff. Nope, just for the collaboration. This is the last recipe. I actually should have posted this on Friday. Sorry, Rebecca. So Rebecca over at Cozy Cottage is the one hosting this. She has been fantastic. It's an open collaboration. Tons of channels have joined. So check out the playlist I have linked below and go give all those channels some love, guys, and go check out some great pumpkin recipes. So for today's recipe, I am going to be channeling my inner Aunt Betty. Aunt Betty is my mom's youngest sister. She is an incredible baker, and she has been there for me through so much in my life. I definitely consider her a second mom. And she has just been inspiring. She's hardworking. She does anything she can for her 3 boys. And she's just been a true role model to me, and, you know, stepped up and was a mom to me when she didn't have to be. And I didn't ask her to be, and she did it anyway. And Aunt Betty, you're just a phenomenal woman. I'm so grateful to have you in my life and to have you as my aunt. And I loved her so much, I named my daughter after her, Miss Betty Jan, and that's because you are an inspiration to me, and I love you very much. So thank you for being in my life. Thank you for stepping up when you didn't have to be, and I love you so much, and I miss you. I wish you were here in Montana with me. She is back in Missouri. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Carolina and I live in Montana. I do a lot of food bank hauls, pantry cooking, and canning and preserving on my channel. If that's the kind of content you're into, I hope you'd consider subscribing. I would love to have you a part of my family. So we are channeling our inner Aunt Betty and making Aunt Betty's gooey butter cake, but pumpkin style. So let's get in close and I'll show you how to make it. All right guys, so here's all my ingredients. We're going to start with a cake box. Now this is the buttered recipe. This is a yellow one. You can do white, you could do spice mix would be good with pumpkin. So just a few options. And then we have 4 eggs, some cream cheese. I no longer can afford the Philadelphia cream cheese, so I have to get the Raskas. But you know what, that's okay. It comes with lines so you know exactly how much 8 ounces are, so it's nice and separated for you. And I kept my old Philadelphia cream cheese container, so I'm gonna put the extra in here, and it'll make me feel like I still got the good stuff, right? So, just fool your mind, guys. And then we're gonna add some powdered sugar, butter, of course my pumpkin pie spice, and some pumpkin. Now this only calls for 1 can of the small pumpkin. This is 1 can of big pumpkin, but with the Best By date, this is the one that the oldest one I have, and I need to use it first, even though I have a smaller can, but it has a longer shelf life. So I'm going to break open this big one, and then I know that I just need to do another pumpkin recipe. What a shame, right? And then my good old handy Costco vanilla. All right, so let's get to baking. I'm gonna use my Kitchenaid mixer. You guys can use a hand mixer, or you could do this by hand if you need to as well. But who wants to do it by hand when they got a mixer, right? So our cake mix is going in, and then you don't need the instructions on the box. I'm gonna add 2 eggs to that, and then 1 stick of softened butter. And we're just gonna mix that till it's all together. It's going to be very thick. This is not like a batter. We're using this as like a crust. All right, I'm going to turn it off, and then there's still a lot of powder on the bottom, so I'm going to scrape it. that's it for the crust. Let go. Okay. Scrape your paddle or your beaters, whatever you're using. Oh, guys, I forgot to add my pumpkin pie spice. Why didn't you say something? So let's add like a teaspoon to the batter there. All right, and then I'm gonna use the butter wrapper that I just scraped that butter to put in our cake, and I'm gonna use it to grease my pan. Instead of using any kind of spray, I mean, might as well use it instead of wasting it. And it works great. There we go. Now some recipes on this calls just for 1 egg in the batter, and that makes it a little less gooey. It would make it more powdery so you could press it down with your hands. But Aunt Betty puts 2 eggs in hers, so we're putting 2 eggs in ours because she knows what she's talking about. She's the gooey butter queen. No joke, guys. Like, this woman will make gooey butter cupcakes and then put different flavored pie fillings in the center of them and then bake it. Like, oh, I miss that. All right, let's see if I can spread this. If not, we can put it in the fridge for a little bit to kind of firm up while we do our filling. This doesn't look too bad. And you can go up a little bit up the sides just to make like a little bit of a crust all the way up. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know if you guys are an end piece or a center piece. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. Don't try and overstress that it's even. Obviously you want it as even as possible, but sometimes the more you mess with it, the worse it gets. All right, I'm gonna call that good. All right, guys, you see how each one is kind of cut? So I probably have approximately 6 servings of cream cheese. So this would be 1 box, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's efficient to buy in bulk, and then you can slice them like this and keep them like that in the container, so you know if you need an 8-ounce block, that's it. Or you can know roughly how much portions you have. So let's give this a try. So don't be intimidated by buying in bulk if you need to. It can save you a lot of money. You just got to know how to break it down and store it. Cream cheese can also freeze really well. And then a lot of people actually can it too. I've seen people can cream cheese. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm not against that. So don't be afraid to look up ways you can preserve stuff. Oh boy. Would have helped if I would have cut the plastic all the way. Okay, alright, so I'm not going to worry about cleaning my bowl. I don't really mind too much if this gets messed up. I don't know. So I'm going to beat this cream cheese for a little bit because it is cold. And I'm just going to kind of scrape it all, get it in the middle. Get it up off the bottom. And then I'm gonna add the 1 can of pumpkin. The pumpkin pie filling could work if that's what you have. I use that in anything that's sweet. So I'm just gonna use about half a can or 1 can of pumpkin in there. And then I'm also gonna add pumpkin pie spice, another teaspoon in there. We're just gonna beat this till it's smooth. You see how that cold cream cheese? That's okay, just keep whipping it, it'll even out. All right, that's splattering, so not that high. Just get a little more camera. Alright, I'm gonna stop and scrape. Pretty orange color. Alright, we're gonna beat this a little more and then we'll add the eggs. Alright, we're gonna slow this down, and I actually need 3 eggs for the filling. So we're just gonna do one at a time. And we're gonna add a shot of vanilla. This is 1 stick of melted butter. Okay, and now we're going to add a pound of powdered sugar. This is a 2-pound bag, so I'm going to add about half of it. Or it would be one of those boxes, guys. It's like 1 box is 1 pound usually. Or you can make your own by just taking regular sugar and pulsing it in a blender, and then you get powdered sugar. I haven't tried that trick yet, but once I'm done with this bag, I will be doing that, and I will show you guys. Alright, that's it. Let's turn it off. Give it a bit of a scrape. Looks good to me. Oh, yes. Husband's gonna love this. It has a little bit of the clumps of cream cheese, and like I said, I could have heated that up for a little bit to make it softer, or leave it out for a little bit longer. I'm not worried about it though. I think that looks pretty good. You know, guys, my husband and I's 7th anniversary was yesterday. Been married for 7 years, together for 8. Yes, we got married quickly. We just kind of knew. Once we found each other, we're like, oh yeah, that's what I've been looking for. And my mom made us a pumpkin cake with cream cheese frosting for our wedding cake, and it was so good. So I think he will appreciate, because I'm making this on our anniversary right now, but this will be posted tomorrow. So yesterday for you guys, but he will appreciate a pumpkin flavored cake, especially a gooey butter cake for our anniversary. He's out hunting with our daughter, and guess what, guys? He got an elk. He got a bull elk. Can you believe it? His coworker's out helping him now, but we're about to have some elk in the freezer. Thank goodness. All right, guys, we are going to bake this at 350 for about 40 to 45 minutes. You know, that's a good thing about the glass dishes. You can see layers really well. So let's do, so it says 45 to 50 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set like a 35-minute timer, and then I'm going to check it. Everybody's oven's different, and the person who created the recipes, their oven could be different. There probably is. So I always like to do 5 to 10 minutes less than what the recipe calls for, you know, based on how long to bake it for. So that way you can check it and be like, okay, it still needs, oh yeah, it's definitely gonna need 10 more minutes, or whew, I'm glad I checked it, it's almost done. So try and set a timer that's before the ready time, so that way you can make sure and you know exactly how your oven works. So now we got 40 minutes to kill. Let's put up that cream cheese. All clean.
Mama, guess what?
What?
I have a game that I can make slime on my tablet, and so if we...
Well, I may not be able to keep it in squares in here, but that's okay. We use cream cheese a lot. for like bagels and stuff. And it's always nice to have a kitchen scale because some recipes only come in like grams and stuff, so you need to weigh them. Us here in America, we're the weird ones that use cups. All right, so cream cheese is put up. If I can do it. There we go. Look at that. Look, honey, I got Philadelphia for us, our favorite. Alright guys, so this has been in for 30 minutes. You can still, it's still kind of jiggly, but it's bubbling on that top there. And it's like one solid jiggle. I don't know. I might do like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. I think those 5 extra minutes did the trick. So what I'm doing is I'm just shaking it, and it's kind of shaken as a whole. It's one solid jiggle, you know, not just kind of little jiggly. I don't even, you know, it's not being all scientific on you here. And it's kind of cracking. So I believe this is done. And now all we got to do is let her cool, and then we'll top her with some powdered sugar. Guys, this cake's been cooling for about an hour and a half. Now you can kind of see a bits of where the cream cheese was. So if that bothers you a little bit, then like just make sure that the cream cheese is room temperature, or you can always put it in the microwave for a minute or 30 seconds, probably not a whole minute. Now this is just powdered sugar. This is a shaker that I have. I have this linked below in my Amazon link. That is an affiliate link, so anything you buy from it, I get a little percentage of, and it's a good way to support my channel without actually having to pay anything. So even if you don't order this item specifically, any item you do order, and if you do it through my link, then I get a small percentage of. Just an FYI. So there we go. And look at that. Oh, well, I'm gonna edit that out. Oh, I got my fingerprint in there. Damn. Oh, dang it. This is not good influencing. Look, everything's so pretty. That's a good thing about powdered sugar. You just covered it up. Ooh, ah. Guys, Aunt Betty, what do you think? Did I do you justice? It looks pretty good. You know, she said she's never made a pumpkin one before. Like, she's done pumpkin spice, but never actual pumpkin in there. So let's see how we did. Ma'am, you already know what this tastes like. Oh. Man, you guys already know. That is divine. This would be great for an alternate dessert for Thanksgiving this year. Still pumpkin-y, but something a little different. Maybe give it a go. Oh. Well, I'm gonna go in the corner and hide and eat this whole thing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you check out the playlist below of all the pumpkin recipes for a great pumpkin recipe exchange. Thank you to Rebbecca at Cozy Cottage for hosting. You did a great job. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time on Mama Baird's.